Ping. All right, here our first ever top five gaming news simulcast. It's going to be on YouTube and also on the podcast channel. We've got Ben Schinkel and Josh Schinkel, the brothers Awesome, joining us here for our first ever video newscast. We are top five gaming, so we are going to go through our, I guess, top five news stories of the week, as Ben does some dancing. You guys,
I like how he complains about like something being distracting, and then he's never mind. All right, let's get to it.
all right. You guys got any news? Anything? What you guys want to talk about? What you're playing at all, or anything kind of cool that happened?
Well, one of the things I was
Super
going to
quick.
talk about that I'm playing right now is Watch Dogs, which is on our list. So I was
Okay.
just going to wait till then.
Okay, so the first thing on the list is Harmonix. They just
Who
recently,
is Harmonix?
Harmonix, the rock band.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
I'm just kidding.
All right.
Well, they also did like didn't they do the Dance Central or whatever it is?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They
they've
did
done a
a
lot of the-
Connect. Yeah, they did the best Connect games.
Yes. Yeah, and that might be part of the reason why they had so many layoffs, because they just laid off 37 people and changed
Yep.
around their CEO. It used to be, I'm probably pronouncing these names wrong, it used to be Alex Rogopoulos, and now it's going to be Steve Janiak, I think is how you pronounce it. It's Janiak. But this is right on the heels of them, like last week or 2 weeks ago, completing their what's it called, their Kickstarter for the new game Amplitude, and they're also working on this other game called Chroma, which is supposed to be kind of like a music audio based shooter game. So
That's
there's a
kinda
lot of
awesome.
question marks. What's that?
I said that's awesome.
That-
You said a rhythm-based shooter game?
Yeah, I haven't read
That
much about it,
sounds
but that's
awesome.
kind of what it said.
They've
So-
actually demoed the game a few times.
yeah. Have you
Now,
seen it?
Harmonix is the company
I
that
haven't,
started
no.
off with like two dudes that made Guitar Hero, right?
Oh well, Harmonix. They don't think made Guitar Hero, did they? Or did they?
Yeah,
they did.
Well, the guys who made Guitar Hero were the guys who ended up founding Harmonix.
Harmonix. Okay.
Well, right. I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, it was like two guys made Guitar Hero and then like turned it into this huge company. Now, I'm not familiar with the company's history, so I don't know if that's actually the case. But I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that
Yeah, we could have just lied
like-
to 500,000 people.
Because
Yep.
500,000 people.
Sorry,
watched
half
this
a million
video.
followers.
That's right.
All
Well,
right. There's a really good article on Game Informer too, if you want to read some more about it and figure out what's going on. I'm gonna throw a plug Game Informer in there. But yeah, kind of big. 37 people got laid off, and it's not like
Yeah,
a
that's-
huge AAA studio. That's,
Well, and
that's
I haven't heard that they've not had success lately. I mean,
Do you think
I
it's
don't
got
know.
something to do with Microsoft ditching the Kinect? Or not really ditching it, but kind of you can buy an Xbox One now without the Kinect 2.0.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say
Well-
because, the Kinect was, and I mean, Microsoft told, us, and they probably told developers, we are not going to sell an Xbox without a Kinect.
They did say
And-
they did say that, yeah.
Microsoft said a lot of things a year ago.
Yeah, that's true. They did.
But you know what, though? At the end of the day, we got what we wanted, and we're getting what we wanted.
That's
now,
true.
that might be a glass half full look at it, because it's like there's little things that are making me angry at the Xbox One, but then I play something like Watch Dogs, and it's so amazing looking.
Hey,
And
segue-
I understand
segue,
I can sell my firstborn child and build a PC and make it look even better, but I don't have that kind of money. So
but you might not have been able to.
And
but
you
there's
don't
little
have a
things,
child.
though, like
Watch
what
Dogs on
doesn't
your PC.
what doesn't make any sense to me though, and what frustrates me, and one of the big reasons why I got this, because I was one of those people that I am one of those people that uses it. Like, I use every feature on here. I watched my TV through here, my Blu-rays through here, my games, Netflix, everything like that. What makes me mad is when I'm going around, like, go to your friends list and navigate around a little bit, and it is so slow, and it lags so bad, like, especially when you first open the app. And it's like, I'll hit the button to like go down, and it like won't do anything. It won't go anywhere. And I don't know. I guess there's little things like that that I'm like, really, like that there shouldn't be any feature that runs faster on the 360. And going through my friends list, go runs faster on my 360.
Right.
Like it's little things like that that are frustrating, because this is supposed to be like the new generation, you know, like
yeah,
whatever.
the 360, if you remember, went through a lot of UI changes over the
yeah.
course of 5 or 6
You
years.
remember
And
that?
I imagine
you remember
the Xbox
very
One,
first one where it was like you slid
blades.
the things over? Yeah,
the
blades.
blades.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's night and day difference from where it started and where it is now. And I think the Xbox One, especially with them taking the Kinect away, because that UI interface is made to work hand in hand with the Kinect. You know, with the way
Right.
you can move the tiles and stuff with your hands and voice activate things and
Right.
things like that. So I imagine I wouldn't be shocked if at E3 they roll out maybe a fresher looking UI or say, hey, we're changing some things. This is how it's
The
going to
fact
look.
of the matter is, the truth of it is that when you buy a console at release, you're a beta tester. That's basically what it is. Like
it's like beta 2.0.
you're spending the most
beta.
to play the worst version of the console. Like, because there's going to be different consoles that come out that are going to be better, bigger hard drives, whatever. I'm sure they'll come out with a terabyte drive at some point. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's just funny because you end up paying the most money for the worst version of this console. And but I love it though. Honestly, I love it because this stuff excites me. Like it's almost like they're playing with my emotions, because they come out like, man, Microsoft broke my heart a year ago. They really did, because I was not going to get an Xbox One. You guys remember that? I was not getting an Xbox One. But then they pulled me back, and I feel like maybe they're doing it on purpose. I don't know. They're just like, but they come out with these like, not selling it without the Xbox, which a lot of people called that. I mean, I'm sure we said it in one of the podcasts. Like, eventually they will sell it without the Kinect.
Yeah.
Like, we knew that was going to happen, because name the hottest selling Kinect game on the market right now. Go.
Dance Central 4. I don't know. Whatever.
Sure.
Whatever the dance game is.
The two games that are out there,
right, yeah.
Zoo Tycoon,
Fighter Within.
Not
a chance.
Yeah, Kinect Sports. Like, they sell a lot of copies of that because they're not actually selling it because it's free.
Second story is Watch Dogs. We mentioned it earlier, Josh. You said something about building an awesome PC, which is quote unquote the master race. However, Ubisoft and Uplay having a hard time with Watch Dogs this week, and a lot of people weren't even able to sign into Uplay, so that meant they couldn't play the brand new awesome Watch Dogs game on their PC. However, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and all the platforms didn't have any problems because they didn't have to log into Uplay first.
Nope. It was kind of funny. I haven't even looked at like the actual menu. I was like hitting A to like go through the beginning like cutscene where they're showing like the developer logos and stuff like that, and I was just hitting A, and then I just like it popped up, and I just hit A to start game, and it threw me right in the game, and I'm like, okay, I'm playing Watch Dogs now. So I don't even know if there's even an option to sign into Uplay, because sometimes with other Uplay games like Assassin's Creed, you log in,
Right.
you get different outfits.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if you can do that, because I went right into the game, which is fine by me, because the game's awesome. Unfortunately, after we get done here, I'm gonna get to play it a lot, but unfortunately, I've only played like 3 hours so far.
Have you done any multiplayer or just done story stuff?
Just the story so far.
Okay.
It's funny. I don't know how the multiplayer works necessarily. I don't know if I've progressed enough in the story to get the multiplayer yet, because I heard that like people will just randomly join your game, almost like Dark Souls style. Like they'll join your game, and then you gotta like find them and chase them down or whatever.
They're trying to hack into yours. Yeah.
And actually in some reviews I heard that that's actually kind of annoying, because the notifications pop up all the time that somebody like came into your world or whatever. But I have not run into any of that. To be honest with you though, it takes a solid like probably half an hour to an hour just to open up the city. You know, once
Okay.
you have to play a few missions before they're like, okay, like it's open, go do side missions and stuff like that. So I haven't got a ton of time with it. I got to tell you though, some of the features I didn't think I would like, I'm actually really liking, and they're really interesting. Like the hacking, for instance. I thought it was just going to be like a cheap gimmick, like it was going to be really stupid,
Yeah.
but it's actually kind of funny because you like hack into people's phones and you like steal money out of their bank accounts, or you like can listen into a conversation and this dude's like, oh, I'm gonna go beat up my girlfriend, and you're like, oh, I'll go stop that guy from beating up his girlfriend. It's really cool.
That would be kind of cool.
it's it's the
So you're like a
most
good guy.
dense. Right, yeah, he's a good guy. It's not like GTA. And you know what's funny actually is the story, and I won't spoil it because well, the whole thing is that someone killed his niece, and he's getting revenge on whoever killed his niece. And it's just funny because, dude, I was tearing up because the story is about how like his niece gets killed, which I have four nieces, and the nephew is left over, and the nephew's 10, which my
Yeah.
nephew is he's 9, right? Yeah. So it was like I was like tearing up. I was like, "Oh, dude, this sucks, man." Like, but it's a really emotional story actually, and it's really cool.
Well, hey, it sounds. I want to play it. I want to play it a lot. The only reason why I haven't picked it up yet is because I'm trying to talk my wife into letting me get a Wii U with Mario Kart, which comes out tomorrow. So it's the only reason why I
Dude,
haven't picked up Watch Dogs yet.
you make enough money off this podcast. Just get all the systems, dude. Come
I
on,
wish,
man.
dude. I wish. Someday, right? Someday we'll all be rich and famous, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Speaking of Nintendo, they did say some things about Mario Kart 8 and that in Japan, I think it might be in Japan only, but you can get the Mercedes Kart download. And Ben, you were saying some other stuff about Nintendo earlier. Do you want to kind of touch on that now? Nintendo news?
Yeah, actually, today at Walmart I played a demo of Mario Kart 8. I played um, I was just there by myself, so I was picking up some pool supplies and wandered over to the game section, and they had a demo set up for it, and I played three races uh, using three different characters. They had available all the characters and
Okay.
like 8 tracks, which was really cool. And
Wow.
they've got this new thing like anti-gravity, um, and how it works is like uh, it's kind of hard to explain how it works. Just YouTube Mario Kart 8 game
Right.
footage or
Isn't it
something
like
like
you
that. But
drive into
it
certain areas and you can drive on the wall and drive on the ceiling?
exactly, yeah.
Isn't
It
that
really
like that
changes the way.
F-Zero game? Is that what it's
Sort of,
called?
but it's not like that. It's you can also like you also have this is I think this is from Double Dash, where when you go off of like a ramp or something, you've got this little thing above you like that acts like an umbrella sort of, and you can like maneuver up in the air and stuff, and you can use your like your red shell for example up in the air. You know,
Okay.
like while you're landing, you can hit somebody while they're landing and cause double damage and stuff. It seems like the tweaks they've made have are good tweaks. You know,
Yeah.
it's still Mario Kart. You still are racing. You know, you still get power ups. There's still the blue shell, which is just the absolute worst. But they do have a power though
Well, I'm never
that
in
you can
first
get.
place, so I don't even
Right.
know what the blue
They,
shell does.
they it wrecks dreams, Josh. It
Yes.
causes
No, I
lots
know.
of
I know. I
tears.
see
It's
it
filled
going
with
by me.
tears.
Yeah.
And they have this new power. I didn't see it, but apparently they have this new power that will allow you to somehow deactivate the blue shell or something like that.
Yeah,
But
it's a horn. It's basically
That's
a horn,
awesome.
and when you let it off, anything like within, I don't know, it's like a 5 or 10 foot radius of your cart gets hit and blown away. So if other carts are next to you, you can hit it and blow them away. Banana peels, red shells, blue shells, whatever it is, it'll like
yeah,
you have to time it right though. It doesn't just work like automatically.
yeah,
So it's kind of
I
tough.
never in my three matches, and there was only like 2 laps, so
Okay.
in the demo version, but it was really cool. Like I
Well, here's the big
definitely,
question about that game: is the online gonna work right?
I think it
I hope
Because
will.
like,
so.
I think it will for
because
the
hasn't
original Mario
Nintendo had
Kart or for
issues?
Yeah, but like for Mario Kart on the Wii, that worked pretty well. The online
Yeah.
for that worked. I remember going over
Well,
to Merck's
this
house when you first got it, when you had a Wii, and we played
Yeah.
online.
Did we?
So
no,
I think it'll
I
work.
shouldn't really say anything because I'm like, oh yeah, games right at launch work all the time on 360 and Xbox One. GTA 5 Online came out without a hitch. It was great.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Um,
All the EA games too. All the DRM out there.
but the big, I guess,
EA.
big Nintendo news for the week is that they are releasing with Super Smash Brothers a 4-port GameCube controller adapter, and for a lot of
Nice.
Super Smash Brother players, the GameCube controller is kind of the ultimate controller for that game.
Okay.
Sure.
It's kind of the perfect controller, and so a lot of Nintendo fanboys, specifically Super Smash Brother fanboys, are really really excited about that news. So that's kind of
That's-
the big Nintendo news for the week.
That is good news. Well, real quick, I want to ask you guys, with Mercedes getting their car into a Mario Kart game, a first-party Nintendo game, do you guys feel like Nintendo's selling out a little bit, or are you guys cool with it? Hey, it's cool. I get to race around in a Mercedes. Like, what do you guys think?
I feel a little icky about it just because I don't like that sort of thing, and Nintendo's the last company in the whole world I would think
Right.
would do something like that. But whatever.
Okay, I'm only gonna reiterate what I said earlier,
Okay.
and I'm only gonna repeat it because I didn't say it on recording or whatever. But I mean, nobody bought the console that they just released, so they sold out, and we're like, hey, Mercedes will pay us a bunch of money to put their car in a game that's about to make us a bunch of money.
Right.
I mean, win-win. I mean, you didn't buy the console, so let's make some money off of Mercedes.
Well, they're not doing it for the money. Nintendo doesn't need the money, but they do need the advertising
Ben,
for their system.
Oh, Ben. Big companies like that, they do everything for money. Are you kidding me?
I think Nintendo's doing it for the advertising, not necessarily for the money, because they've got loads of money.
But what does the advertising eventually get them?
There's going to be Nintendo Mario Kart
Ponies.
figurines and all Mercedes-Benz that come out now.
Right.
Yeah.
It gets them ponies.
Ponies.
They're not just like sitting in their office like, you know what, guys? We don't want to make money anymore. We just really like cars. So let's start throwing the cars in the game. It's like,
Did you guys see the commercial with the live action Mario?
I heard about it. I did not see it though.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's like a 10-15 second clip. It's really weird. It's
Is it disturbing
just
or-
weird.
Okay.
You want to talk about an awesome clip? Let's talk about the Batman Arkham Knight clip.
Yes. That
'Cause
was pretty
that
smooth.
game
That could
looks.
be
I really hope they
new story all
even
on
give
its
me
own.
even like. It's just funny they call it a gameplay trailer, but there was no gameplay in the trailer. Did you guys? I think I saw him
I think
like.
there's, like, a
doing
Yeah,
little
no,
bit
they
down.
they
Yeah.
released they released a gameplay trailer, and that was most of that was gameplay footage.
It was the graphics were really good. It was hard to see.
No,
hard
it
to tell
wasn't.
because a lot of it at the beginning was like a video of like it was like cutscene. It was CGI.
There was
cutscene.
literally like 10 seconds of actual gameplay footage. There's no way what they showed.
Well, how do you
that
know?
was actually? How do you control that with a controller? It was a cutscene. Almost the entire thing was a cutscene. How is that somebody
A
behind a
lot of
controller
times they
doing
show
that?
gameplay footage, but they show it cinematically.
I think a lot of it was a cutscene. There might have been some gameplay in there that looked like a cutscene because that's how good the graphics were. But
I did
I'm kinda
see a
with Josh on this
takedown,
one.
like one of those takedowns when you do like the special combo and you like do a takedown and then he does like an elbow. They showed a real quick clip of him holding the guy and like bashing him with his elbow, which is totally gameplay because that's like the takedown or whatever.
right.
But
I
maybe
was,
some of the
I was-
I think they did show him in the Batmobile driving and then he jumps out of the Batmobile and starts flying around. I think that was gameplay footage.
Okay.
I was listening to the Giant Bomb podcast a couple weeks ago, and they had seen the game. Somebody on the podcast had actually seen the game running, like on an Xbox One, had seen it, had played like 20 minutes of it or something, and said that it was the best looking video game he'd ever seen.
Oh man.
But it played like crap. He said the frame rate was horrible. It kept
Really?
stuttering out.
I've heard
but
so many
you know,
rumors about that
obviously
game.
it's
Like there was the
so
big
early.
rumor. There's the big rumor recently that they were only like 40% done with the game, yet it comes out in October, and like people that's like freaking people out. That's one of those games, honestly. Like, first of all, it's Rocksteady who didn't actually do the last game. It was like,
Okay.
who was it? It was
Yeah, I don't
Montreal.
know.
That's who did it. Anyway, uh, that's
would
one of
kinda
those games. Like, if you've got to delay it, take your time. Make that game awesome. I don't
Right.
care.
That would kind of fall in the current trend of really awesome games coming out, though.
That's fine.
They're going to delay it again. Same thing with what was the other one they just announced today is going to be delayed? An Xbox One exclusive. The Quantum, the kind of like time
Oh,
control
Quantum
game.
Break.
Quantum Break. Yeah, it's not coming out until
Yep.
2015 now. So
Yeah, they've delayed a lot of games.
Yeah.
till
Watch Dogs got
2015.
delayed.
yeah,
The Watch Dogs was supposed to come out right around the
Earlier.
same time as the systems, and it didn't.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
cool. Are we only on
Speaking
number
of-
2, by the way?
no, we're working up. We're coming up to E3 though. I mean, this is kind of a good segue into E3. All these
Oh.
new games coming out and game delays.
Yep.
Josh, you want to talk a little bit about what you're expecting from E3 and what you're looking forward to about E3 this year?
Well, there's a lot of games that are already announced, but there's a lot of rumors though too, which is like every E3 you'll read on every single website, unconfirmed rumors. You know what I mean? So, but there's a lot of good stuff. And one of the things that me personally, as an Xbox fan, as a Halo fan, is the rumor of Halo 2 Anniversary. I don't know if that's official that they're going to announce that. I heard that as a rumor a while ago. I haven't seen if it's been confirmed yet, but that would be awesome. I mean, as long as they redo the multiplayer too, that's going to be amazing. For PlayStation, there's a lot of huge games coming out for PlayStation. They're going to show new Uncharted. Then you have, I think they're doing a few HD remakes too.
Right. Well, that,
And,
what was that? 1864. What's that game called?
Yeah, The Order.
The Order. Yeah, that's
That got
The Order.
delayed. That got delayed to 2015 too. That was supposed to
And-
come out this
Yes.
year too.
Another thing that's going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive is the guys who did Demon Souls and Dark Souls are coming out with a new game
Oh.
that's not
Yep.
in
Oh, I heard
that
that.
series. It's like a whole new game that they're doing.
Okay.
That's going to be awesome because I wanted Dark Souls 2 to be on next gen so bad. Because the graphics, I don't know if you guys ever ended up playing Dark Souls, but the graphics are actually really good in the first Dark Souls, but the frame rate does drop out a lot, which sucks. But
Dark
um,
Souls is actually the free game next month for Xbox Live Gold.
of course it is. Almost every single game that they've done on Gold, I own. But okay,
Yeah.
so
I'm
some
actually
more
looking forward to the
rumors.
Xbox Gold games next month because there's like Street Fighter, Dark Souls, and that the Halo Combat Evolved, or not Combat Evolved, but the top-down
The
shooter
Spartan
Spartan
Assault.
Assault. That's yeah. I mean,
I mean,
I wasn't
whatever.
gonna buy it, but I'll play it for free. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. If it's free, I'll download it. But there's a lot of other rumors. Rise 2 is a possibility for an announcement, which,
I would like to see
you know
that.
what? I didn't play the first one, but I always said after I heard about it, and basically everybody said they should have sold it as like a $20 tech demo, basically. I was like, man, I bet you the sequel is going to be awesome because unfortunately for those guys, it just seemed like everything has been rushed so far. So
Yeah.
it's really hard to blame the game developers and stuff like that. And obviously, I've heard, you've heard rumors that the systems were all rushed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Rise 2, I think, would be a huge announcement, and I think that would actually be a huge game if they expanded on what they built on, if they got rid of the, if they expanded on more than just the QuickTime stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a huge announcement. Possibly Halo 5, new Borderlands. I mean, there's this E3 is going to be awesome for seeing new games.
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier the Halo 2 like remastered HD. I've read some articles that said it's actually going to be a whole Master Chief Collection box set, like 1 through 4.
Yes,
for the Xbox.
I don't even think that, like, the only thing that I've heard official is that there's going to be a big Halo announcement. I don't think they've said anything officially, like, because they've only shown so far for Halo 5. They've only shown that video, that where there was no gameplay or anything like that. And
real quick,
so
real funny.
I mean,
When you're watching,
Go for
when you're in a Skype chat, your Xbox friend notifications still pop up on the bubble.
Do they really?
Yeah,
Because
because Dan
yeah.
just showed up and
Yeah.
he totally lit up on
That's
my screen.
awesome.
But anyway, go ahead, Josh. Sorry to interrupt. The world will see.
But
how
yeah,
much I
so
can-
the only thing they've shown so far of Halo 5, which I don't know if I don't know what the word is for real, but a lot of people anticipated that there was going to be a Halo 5 in 2014, and it's not. They've already said it's coming out in
Right.
2015, and maybe like Spartan Assault maybe was the game that they were saying was like, we didn't say Halo 5, we said a Halo game in 2014.
Right.
But anyway, you know, take your time. The name too, by the way, got announced.
Oh,
Guardians,
Yep.
which is funny because if you've ever been killed in Halo,
Yeah, we
like
yeah,
if
we
you
talked
jump
about
off
that,
the map, yeah, you. Oh, did we?
Killed
We
by-
already
killed
talked
by the
about this.
No, in the last podcast we did.
Oh,
mention
okay,
a
yeah.
little bit.
Oh,
But-
okay, yeah. So that's really cool. I'm like, oh, it actually means something. Like that's
Yeah,
just
killed by the
not just a
Guardians.
random thing they put in there.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So
Last story, real quick, kind of running out of time here. We want to talk about the PlayStation Plus updates. I guess you get 6 games a month now.
yeah, NBA 2K14 is one of them. Trine 2.
Oh, my goodness.
That's huge. That's huge. NBA
Yeah.
2K14 for free is huge because that game, first of all, is unbelievable if you're a NBA basketball fan. It's got literally everything you would want to do. I mean, you can play like all like classic players and everything like that. So and it's still $60. That's huge.
Yeah.
Well, and PlayStation has, I think, kind of really been a leader when it comes to premium content for what you pay for. I mean, they were giving like BioShock Infinite for free like a month after it came out. I mean, and they've been giving away good games, and it's kind of Xbox Live Gold is kind of a joke if you ask me. I mean, the games they give away for free, it's kind of a joke.
I mean, that's not. I mean, if you're comparing it to PlayStation, sure, but
yeah,
I mean, they didn't
what
have
else
to
do you
do
have
that
to,
at all.
compare to?
Right.
You're right, they didn't. But
Steam. Steam does
Speaking
better than
of-
anybody.
speaking of free games, right now you can get Battlefield 3 for free for PC through Origin, which is EA's
That's
version
awesome.
of Steam.
Origin is doing really good with giving away free games. I hear.
And
So,
Amazon is having their Mayhem sale. I get it, May.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of PC games you can get at heavily discounted prices, so you can check that out.
cool.
It
All right,
goes
well-
through like June 3rd, I think.
Oh, by the way, top5gaming.com. I don't know, Josh, is that website up? Not really. You can still email
No.
us at
Sorry,
nerds
actually,
at top5gaming.
don't go to top5gaming.com. If I remember correctly, there's a link on there that just takes you to a picture of me. So,
All right, so
well,
you can still email us at nerds at top5gaming.com. T5G podcast is our Twitter handle. And that's it. Thanks for listening, guys, and hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again for listening to Top 5 Gaming News. This was our first ever video podcast combo. Just testing it out. Hope you liked it. We'll definitely be making improvements. If you get a chance, please check out Rick Mercer Books at Amazon.com.